And I noticed one thing, if I just put the camera here, there's a blanking plate there on the intercooler.
Yeah.
Is that some sort of radar detection so you can stay away from cops?
No, it's not actually. One of the things that you know, these openings, what we just discussed, are things that get decided very early on in the program because they're sort of fundamental to the front end of the car. If we decide later on that we don't have enough or we have too much, it's a bit of a problem because all these parts have been tooled, they're all done, there's no going back. They're very critical decisions that are made very early on in the program. And one of the things that we found later in the program is that our cooling capability for this car is massive, is absolutely massive.
So this car is too cool?
Basically, yes. It's almost too cool. And there are very specific situations, high humidity, some other parameters, where some vapor can actually collect in the intake tract. That wouldn't be good.
And vapor is bad for an engine.
And vapor is bad for an engine because vapor turns into water, and that's not a good thing. So what we've done is we've actually reduced the efficiency of the intercooler slightly by this so-called blanking plate, and makes everything okay. It doesn't take anything away from the performance of the car at all. The performance of the car is also not enhanced if someone decides to take it away. Performance stays exactly the same. But it's just a little extra safeguard.
And so did you just have to think, God, what do we do? Should we just quickly fabricate something? And then did you just call up your mate Steve and say, have you got a welder? Have you got some angle grinders? Can we get some blanking plates?
Well, no. One of the things that I mentioned we did on this program is we took a bunch of parts from the Ford parts bin, which is massive with all the products that we produce. And we have a number of parts on the car that we picked from other different variants. This particular part is actually a Ford Transit diesel.
So from a diesel van, you've taken the blanking plate?
Yes.
Because I imagine that...
By coincidence, it fits.
So do they have the same intercooler?
No, they have a different intercooler, but dimensionally, size-wise, it was exactly what we were looking for. It just happened to fit.
So the Focus RS is part Hoonigan, part van?
I wouldn't go quite that far, but you know, there's been a number of parts on the car that we took from very sort of plain Jane type of vehicles, just to save money, to be expedient, and why do something new if it works?
So what else is on here that's been taken from what you guys have done in the past?
Well, we got bushings that we have from the Kuga, for example, suspension. We've got a steering gear that we've taken from the C-Max. We've got subframe that have been taken from another all-wheel drive application. We've had to modify it, but fundamentally it started off as a subframe from another application, and so on and so forth.
Cool.
Running out.